Saudara-saudara, selamat datang di Festival Makanan, Jalanan, dan Fashion Indonesia. Apa kabar? Kabar baik? Oke, nama saya Louis Lee, pemimpin upacara Anda hari ini. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Indonesian Street Food and Fashion Festival and Multicultural Hub hosted by Australian Indonesian Cultural and Welfare Association. My name is Louis Lee, your MC for today. Jika Anda kebakaran, harap ikut Rabu keluar terdengar. If there is a fire, please follow the nearest exit sign. The ladies and gentlemen, toilet are right on my right. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodian of the land on which we meet. I pay respect to the elders, past, present, and emerging. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite Auntie Peggy Tiedemann, the Gungari elders from Mitchell, which is about 568 kilometers away, to do the acknowledgement of the country and traditional honor. By the way, I've been to the lane, which is a St. George, runabout St. George and Mitchell is about 1 hour drive. St. George is 509 kilometers away and your lane is 568 kilometers from Brisbane. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Auntie Peggy Tiedemann.
Thanks, Louis, for that introduction. Hukumindaya, Yuwa. In my traditional language, Gungari language, that is hello and welcome. It is my great pleasure to be here today with all of you. I want to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we are gathered, the Yakara people. And the Yakara people, they extend north of the Logan River all the way out to the foothills of the Toowoomba Range. And I also acknowledge the Turrbal people who are on the north side of the Brisbane River. This whole area was first settled by Europeans, and at that time we had very distinct boundaries. Since Europeans have arrived, that has all changed. But we still want to acknowledge who our traditional people are, because we know our land. We know our country, and we had those protocols, those strict cultural protocols in place for a very long time. I also want to pay my respects to elders both past, present and emerging, elders of all cultures, and I know, put your hand up if you're an elder. No. I want to say, just to acknowledge all of the elders that are here today. I also want to acknowledge Sorry Business, because these are the three main cultural protocols that I must observe as an elder. So I know a lot of you have heard me speak on many occasions, but this is something that is critically important to us. It's like the Australian Constitution. It's like our law. And this is something that we must always do. So whether I have done this 100 times, and you've heard me 100 times, or 1,000 times, this is something that I personally must do as an Aboriginal elder. In acknowledging that Sorry Business, I know that someone mentioned just before about Anzac Day. Anzac Day is on tomorrow. And for a lot of people, it's a day to acknowledge the fallen. The people who have served this country, fought for this country, and made the ultimate sacrifice. And I know that you may have family members that have also served their country really well, served this country. I also want to say thank you to Vera and the Indonesian community for inviting me to come here today to speak. And acknowledge Sorry Business that you have recently had in your country, your community. So it's sorry business that we acknowledge right across the globe. And I know that we have a very special group of people here at the moment, and I will leave the names and the official titles to Lewis, but I want to just acknowledge each and every one of our special guests that are here today for this very significant event for the Indonesian Street Food and Fashion Festival. It's all up here. As Lewis said, my traditional lands are in southwest Queensland. So I'm a visitor here. And for me, it is always about paying respect to the people of this land. So our sovereignty was never ceded. And so for us, we have lots of other people that come here. And as I was sitting there thinking about it this morning, I was thinking, with this COVID pandemic, a lot of people are finding it very difficult to cope with the fact that they can't travel. People can't travel and be with their loved ones and that. And it's also about people who want to, go away for a holiday and meet other people. But I think I'm very lucky in a way because I can meet everyone in different parts of the world because you come here. So I can save my dollars. But I think it's a wonderful occasion for all of us to come together, like for events such as this. And I consider myself now very multicultural because I have so many friends from other different countries, but my cultural heritage is that on my father's side, I have Aboriginal and Chinese heritage, and on my mother's side, I have Aboriginal and Afghani heritage. Thank you. So I was just explaining about my cultural heritage, and doesn't matter where we come from, we have formed those partnerships, we have formed those relationships hundreds of years ago. And so it's just about a family that is coming together. Some people that we haven't met before, others that we have known for a long time. But since I have been coming along to these events, I feel very, very welcomed. I do. So I have two brothers here. I have Surendra. They're my brothers. And I have one up there who's Chinese, so he must be my brother from another mother. I don't know. But it's always good to have friends here to attend such events as these. But to Vera, I want to wish you well with everything today, and to all your team out there. They're doing a fantastic job. So thank you very much. And I'll hand it back to Liz.
Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Peggy. Thank you, Sister Auntie Peggy Titleman, for your wonderful acknowledgement of the country and traditional honor. As I mentioned to Senator Polska, when we do the unveiling of the St. George Chinese Memorial on the 30th of March 2019, I haven't got any permission or courtesy to tell you we went to your country to unveil a memorial to honor Amrit Church. Ladies and gentlemen, next I would like to invite Pastor Jason Brown to do the opening prayers. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Pastor Jason Brown.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't see you behind this leaf, but to the traditional owners, distinguished guests, members of the wonderful Indonesian Australian community, And ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to be here today. I thank you for the honor to open this meeting in this way. And I just want to salute the volunteers and everyone who's put so much effort into today. I think it is wonderful that we can celebrate the idea that we as people are better together when we realize just how special we are because of our cultural backgrounds. And as we celebrate that, I think today is a wonderful opportunity to do that. And I am greatly honored to be part of that. You know, I think at this time in our world, it is so important that we realize that we are better together. You may have seen recently the uprise in racial violence around the world, and I know in particular in America, where Asian Americans have been attacked in greater numbers. And I think that the antidote to that is when we as a community stand up and realize that we are better together, and we celebrate that. So I want to share the prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. Whatever your religion is, or no religion, whatever your cultural background is, I'm sure that these words will resonate with you. It says, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to consoled, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, and it's in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Okay, thank you, Pastor Jason Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, I now want to acknowledge our dignitary. Can I once again acknowledge Auntie Peggy Titeman, the Hungary elders? Can I acknowledge the host, Vera Pottinger, the host president of the Australian Indonesian Culture and Welfare Association? Can I acknowledge Senator Paul Scott, Senator for Queensland? Can I also acknowledge Graham Parrott, but he's not here, I can't acknowledge him. Can I acknowledge the Honourable Lena and the Minister for Children and Youth Justice and Minister for Multicultural Affairs and also Member for NAGI. Can I also acknowledge Peter Russo? I didn't see him, but I will acknowledge that. Can I acknowledge James Martin representing Duncan Pett? I didn't see him anyway. Can I acknowledge Councillor Peter Cummings? Is Peter Cumming here? No, again, one more. Jeez, there's a fire of them now. Can I acknowledge the ambassador representative, which is Sarit Alatas, DCM, the embassy of the Republic of Indonesia will deliver a video message. Can I acknowledge Anthony Shorten, the former MP, and his wife, Kelly Shorten. Can I also acknowledge the Jason Brown again, the pastor for your church. Can I acknowledge the AAN and OAM recipient and Whiten AAN, Peter Lowe OAM, Surrender OAM, and Michael Choi OAM, and Yumek Chandra OAM, also myself, Louis Lee. Can I acknowledge the public servant, the Wayne Bresco, the Executive Director of the Multicultural Affairs and the Department of Children and Youth Justice, and also the Multicultural Affairs. Can I also acknowledge, looks like the microphone is not working, Liam McKinnon, the Community Liaison Head from AFP, and also Shane Johnson, Community Liaison Officer from AFT. Can I acknowledge John Hombite, the Liaison Officer for Queensland Police Service? I think I don't need a microphone, I think. You can all hear me. Can I acknowledge Jack Lee or Kang Wong Lee, my brother, the Grand Master of Taekwondo. He's the Grand Master. You know, Taekwondo have been Olympic Games since 2000. I hope Brisbane will host the 2030 Olympic in Brisbane so that we can see Taekwondo in Brisbane. Also, by the way, Jack Lee will be hosting a Taekwondo festival on the 24th of July at the Nissan Arena, right? For the whole day, from 9 to 10. There is a very good MC will be officiating from 9. Why? If you want to sponsor that event, feel free to talk to me or talk to Ju Hip Hop. Where is Ju Hip Hop? That is Ju Hip Hop. Acknowledge Altenbach. I didn't see him. Okay, I'll go on to the next one. Can I acknowledge John Prescott, the president of SUMA, or the Secretary Ju Hip Hop from SUMA? Can I acknowledge Carl Wu, Secretary General of the Multicultural Queensland Social Network? Can I also acknowledge Ross Stevens, the Secretary of the Federation of the Diverse Cultural Community of Queensland? Can I acknowledge Stanley Shi, the Treasurer of Queensland Multicultural Council? Can I acknowledge Steve Evans and Susie Evans? I didn't see him, President of UPF, but I see the Secretary General, Dr. Noor Garaj. Also, can I acknowledge Betty Boyd, the President of Queensland African Community Council? Can I acknowledge Hai Yong King, the President of Korean Society of Queensland? Can I acknowledge Carl Miller? You can applaud later if I finish. I've got a long list to go through. Carl Miller, the President of Lions Club Brisbane United Asia Business. Simon Tan, the President of Australian Queensland Fujian Association. Peter Tu Zhen, the President of ACCEP. Alan Chen, the President of UMIA. Pinggi Singh, the President of Punjab Women Welfare Association of Australia. I didn't see her, by the way. Richard Wan, the President of QCDA. Also, can I acknowledge Michael Posal, the Director of ACCQ, and also his wife, Hilda. Can I acknowledge Gurnati Mansour Guruja? You have been, that is the Ambassador for Red Carpet Function. Can I acknowledge Johnson Cheng, the past President of the QCF, and also the past President of Lions Club Brisbane Chinese? That is Johnson Cheng. Can I acknowledge Dr. Ren Mohan, the former President of FICQ, now the advisor for FICQ? Can I also acknowledge Annie Sun, the Director of SUMA, Jane Wang, the Director of SUMA? Can I also acknowledge Colin Suvalingen, the State Manager of the Emergency Services Australian Red Cross? I think we did the fundraising for bushfires at the Korean Society in 2019. Can I also acknowledge Brett Singh Pillay from the Cornerstone Loan Office? Can I acknowledge Raj Pratak from Pentagon Bank and his wife, Mrs. Pratak? Also acknowledge Jack Kim, the Sunday Weekly. There is apology we received from Councillor Stephen Wan, Councillor Steve Griffith, Peter Lusk, always Peter Lusk, Lisa Crawford, and also Gary Page. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Vera Puttinger, the President of the Australian Indonesian Cultural and Welfare Association, and the host to do a welcoming speech. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
Okay, so can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you. So I prefer to stay here so everyone can see. There's a lot for today. So before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional of the land of which we live and work, and of the many different nations across the wider Brisbane region, and pay our respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. I would like to acknowledge all the visitors today and community members today, including the Honorarian Leonard MP, the Minister of the Department of Children, Youth Justice and Multicultural Affairs, Senator Paul Scar, and probably Grandparent MP will be coming, Iteraso MP, which I'm still waiting at the moment, and all of you. And thank you for Auntie, thank you for your acknowledgement for the country, as well as Dr. Jason, thank you very much. The story begins, I have to tell you what is the background here. So the story begins from a humble heart and a vision of knowing that Australia is a new country which I now live in. Originally I came from Jakarta, Indonesia, came to Australia 21 years ago. And that's how long I've been married for as well. So I'm blessed with two daughters, Danielle and Michelle, and but unfortunately they're not here today. And I have found Australia is very welcoming. Beautiful country, however not forgetting the country that I came from. I was proactively involved with Indonesian community since I arrived here, and then in 2017 with all the meeting members we opened up the association. So the association itself is basically to be more involved with the multicultural society. So I have friends here more. We have friends here more than like extended family. I call uncle, aunties, brothers and sisters. That's beautiful, and I enjoying it. So it's like a big one family. And so the reason is we would like to grow up the community to be able to engage in the way that we can diminish the barrier and be able to integrate in the Australian culture. So we are pairing up with a positive, social positive relationship by sharing our culture, food and fashion. So I think there is a reason why I chose the 24th of April, because it's conjunction with the Indonesian hero Raden Ajeng Kartini that we as Indonesian people celebrate every year. It's the 21st of April. She is the hero for us because as a youth for the women emancipation. So we respect all ladies and gentlemen as well. So that's why we pick it after the 21st of April. So you will see today we will have fashion show with all the Indonesian ladies, for moms, dads, grandmas, grandpa, children. So we involve everyone. We have the community spirit, and I'm so grateful to have our community to be involved in this event. And thank you, everyone. Welcoming you all to this Indonesian Street Food and Fashion Festival.
Thank you, Vera, for being the host. Ladies and gentlemen, apology about the audio problem. Next time, if you need an audio guy, I strongly recommend the Simon Chong from the line from Brisbane Chinese. You just pay him $800 for the service. It's not free, $800, and you'll get a good audio system. Ladies and gentlemen, this is free, okay? It's not working. Actually, it's not working. Gentlemen, I want to invite the Honourable Lina MP, the Minister for Children and Youth Justice and Minister for Multicultural Affairs, to give us a speech. Ladies and gentlemen, she's also the member for NAJI. Please welcome the Honourable Lina MP.
As I often do at UNC, you always bring such a spirit of joy to events, and thank you so much. Can I also start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I grew up on Ngunnawal and Larraca land and am raising my children on Tourism land, and I'm very proud to serve the people of Nudgee on Tourism land. Thank you so much, Peggy, for your beautiful words. I always love hearing those welcome to a little bit more of your story, a little bit more of the family and we only get a little bit each time, but I love it because it's always interesting, it's always more, but it's also informative, and that's exactly what it's meant to be, making sure. Thank you. No, and can I also acknowledge you are working so hard to keep this sound system working, and it is one of those things, the first thing that will always go wrong at every event. So Vera, you are so beautiful, and I know you've put your heart and soul into this event. Please don't for a second worry about this. It will be a magic day regardless of what happens. So I do formally acknowledge you, Vera, and everyone behind you, because as you said when I acknowledged you this morning, I said, thank you for having me here. You said it takes a team, and it always does take a team in everything we do, but it's often the people behind us that aren't acknowledged or seen. So I warmly acknowledge all of those who've been behind you today. I also acknowledge my friend Sandra Scar. We go to all events together. We turn up at the same events, don't we? I warmly acknowledge you, and also Michael Choi, former member of the Queensland Parliament and a dear friend. I hope you will forgive me if I don't mention everyone, because everyone in this room makes a significant contribution in their communities. But I would be very remiss if I did not acknowledge Wayne Briscoe, who's in this room, who's like, stop acknowledging me whenever I see Wayne. But when I talk about teams behind people, and Michael from my office, Wayne is much loved across multicultural communities, and he should be person I go to whenever I have a question in the departments. I honour you, Wayne, and your team as well. Can I thank you so much for the warm welcome to come here today. Thank you, Vera, for having me. From the second I walked in this room and you came and greeted me with a hug, that's the way I feel all the time as the Minister for Multicultural Affairs. I have been tremendously blessed to be asked to do this role, and now I'm 5, almost 6 months into the role, and every time I go to an event, that's how I'm met, that's how I'm embraced by all communities, and I continue to learn more and more about traditions and the different cultures that we have across Queensland. My own electorate has a significant Indian community, and I have for the last 7 years been so lucky to go to all of the different traditions and festivals and really be honoured by them when it's my role to honour what they do. And the thing I love most about that community, all communities, and this is what I honour today about your event, Vera, is that it's an open community event where you want to celebrate and share your culture, share your music and your dance and your dress. And when I grew up in Canberra, it wasn't the most multicultural community when I was growing up there in the 80s, but we would talk about multicultural communities. Well, we are a multicultural community. Queensland is a multicultural community. And in fact, one of my dearest friends by the name of Grace, who some of you will know Grace, Cecilia, another dear friend, Devinda, Sikh from Northern India. My son's best friend came from PNG. My other son's dear friend came from Italy. This is normal Queensland society, and so it should be, and so we should celebrate those things that make us so strong and so valuable, and that is our diversity. So I thank you for inviting me into today. I absolutely love, Vera, that this is part also of a celebration of women's emancipation. And can I say that journey is ongoing here in this country today, as it is in so many countries. And sometimes it takes patience and sometimes it takes a roar, but we need both. So thank you for having me with those few words. I also acknowledge the Queensland Government and my Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, who personally asked me to take on this portfolio. When she sat down with me, she said, "It will give you great joy, Leanne." I had the privilege of being Minister for Multicultural Affairs, and this is about joy and celebrating unity and harmony and diversity. And I bring her warm wishes today and those of the Queensland Government. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, the Honourable Leanne Lina. I was told by Surrender this is the first multicultural minister to come here at the Multicultural Hub at Annerley. Am I right, Surrender? That is true. Thank you very much. Since the establishment of the Multicultural Hub in Annerley here, you are the first multicultural minister, even though before you there's 3 multicultural ministers. I'm not going to name all of them. Ladies and gentlemen, I haven't acknowledged one person, which is Danny Wayne, the president of the Queensland Chinese Forum, sitting at the back. And I also acknowledge the Queensland Police Services Officer. I saw 2. I don't know your name, but welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, next speaker I want to invite is Senator Paul Scar, Senator for Queensland. As I mentioned, we went to the unveiling on the 30th of March 2019. And I have to acknowledge 7 councillors, local councillors from there. I think I named each and every one of them, isn't it? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul went to the unveiling at the St. George. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senator Paul Scar.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's wonderful to be here. Can I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we gather here today and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and say, Auntie Peggy, I could attend another 100 of your welcomes and acknowledgements, and I would enjoy them just as much as I enjoyed this one, so thank you very much. If I can say to our delightful MC, Lewis Lee. Now, Lewis mentioned that there's going to be, hopefully, an Olympics in our great city. I've been lobbying fiercely behind the scenes to try and introduce a new sport, MCing. MCing. Because if we can get that sport introduced, we've got a gold medal in the bag. Minister, it's wonderful. Congratulations on being the first Minister for Multicultural Affairs to visit this special place. This is one of my favourite places in the whole of Queensland. It is a special, special place where people come together from all cultures, respecting each other and helping the community. So it's a wonderful thing that you've had the opportunity to come here today. Some of my favourite people in the whole world are gathered here, and it's, to me, it just represents the very, very best of Australia. So wonderful you can be here. Vera, what a great event. Don't look so worried, it's going well. It's going well. It's been a great day. Everyone's enjoying it. And Vera, you do so much for different community groups in this state. It's just wonderful. Everyone has come together to celebrate this special day for you. The last thing I'd like to mention is the special relationship between Australia and Indonesia. It is an incredibly important relationship, and festivals and events like this help to bring us together. And the Indonesian community in Australia plays such an important part in that bond between our two countries. So congratulations to everyone in the community. We should give a moment, I think, to think of those poor submariners in that submarine my thoughts and prayers are with them. But we do know that Australia has come to their aid. We're doing everything we possibly can to rescue those submariners, and that's the way it should be. Lastly, and I'll just make one other comment, it's great to see, and I always find it as an inspiration, to see former members of Parliament come to events like this, because that demonstrates to me your values. So I'd like to pay tribute to you, Michael, for coming along. I know how much you do in the community, and also my good friend Anthony Shaw for coming along as well. So it means a lot. So have a great day, everyone. Enjoy it, Vera. Enjoy it. I want to see you enjoy it. And let's have a great day together. Thanks very much.
Queensland, can you play the video?
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It is a great pleasure for me to join with all of you today. It's Indonesian Street Food and Fashion Festival 2021 via video recording. Semoga ibu-ibu, bapak-bapak semua yang berada di Brisbane dalam keadaan sehat walafiat. Amin. On this opportunity, first of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the government of Queensland for supporting this festival. I also wish to congratulate and thank the organizing committee, disregard Ibu Koordinator and the team for this initiative and for the organizing the event. My appreciation and sincere gratitude also goes to all stakeholders and to all of you who made this event possible. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this festival is a good example of an initiative to bring the people of Indonesia and Australia closer together. The festival not only demonstrates the richness of Indonesian culture, art, fashion, but also Indonesian culinary.
Thank you very much. That is the video message from the ambassador representative from the Republic of Indonesia in Canberra. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite Surendra Prasad, the President of the Fiji Senior Citizen Association of Queensland, also the Chairman of the Australian of the Indian Heritage War Memorial Committee at Taliban RSL. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Surendra Prasad.
I can speak louder than my friend. Let me say, I'm very apologetic what is happening tonight. Just because it's not our fault. It has been overloaded. A lot of power plugs into the power.
Any funding from multicultural?
So stop for multicultural.
Solar panel. Solar panel.
Thank you, my friend MC, for the kind introduction. I would like to thank Vera Potinga for the invitation, and I regard Vera Potinga as a hard-working person who always come and support any multicultural event we organize in this little hub of ours. She always has respect for the elders, and she called me uncle. Thank you. I also like to acknowledge the elders of this land where we are gathered here today. Pay my respect to the elders, past, present. I would like to acknowledge Honorable Minister Lin Lina for being here with us today. And let me tell you, Minister, you are the first Multicultural Affairs Minister who has graced the hub since the last 4 years, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. And not forgetting my auntie Peggy Tidyman, who always has made herself available and so her full support. She's my sister. She's my sister. This relationship, how this relationship has come about? Through trust, respect, friendship. We both respect each other as brothers and sisters. That's how it came about. Please do remember, we are all children of God, and we all are brothers and sisters. All here are brothers and sisters. We look at me and him, we all same, might be color different, but we are same. We also have with us Senator Polska, grandparents not here. Peter is here, things in my I welcome you all both. Okay. Yes, it's going to work. Yeah, hopefully. I also have with us Polska and Peter, who are also great supporters. Both the state government and Brisbane City Council have shown their support in all our events in the past, and I hope for the same in the future. As you all know, tomorrow is the ANZAC Day, ANZAC Commemoration Day. I would like to remember those armed forces who have fought in World War I and II, thousands of brave men and women who sacrificed their lives for our beautiful country and for the world. We all pray that our future generation might never have to make such sacrifices and work for the peace and harmony. Let me tell you a little about Indians, their involvement in World War I and II. In Kalapuli, 15,000 Indian soldiers fought, and 1,500 lost their lives, and 3,500 were injured. And World War I, 1.3 million Indian soldiers fought, and 74,000 lost their lives. 100 years after the sacrifices of our Indian men and women, on 18th November 2017, we made history in Brisbane by erecting the monument. This will remain forever in Queensland's history as the day soldiers of Indian heritage were acknowledged. We would like to thank the federal government for providing us grant towards the monument. We also have memorials bursary for local schools named in honor of Australian of the Indian Heritage Committee. We do that every year. Now let me touch a little bit about how we utilize this building, this hall. We celebrate all local national events in this hall. We celebrate about 12 events in 2019 and in the past, and only 4 in 2020 due to coronavirus. Our aim is to bring diverse communities to join us in all these events, which makes us to understand one another's culture and promote multiculturalism and peace and harmony in the nation. On the 11th, just recently, my friend here is this, Barry. On the 11th of April, we had Harmony Day celebration and 12 different communities came together. This is how bring communities together. They came together for the celebration with 12 different varieties of food were served. So look at that. And you can see those checks there, copy of checks. We're not doing it alone. You see, we have got St. George Chinese communities came together and we raised $10,000. And also with Southside United Cultural Association and Fiji Seniors has also worked together and raised $3,200. This is how we work in this place. This is what we do. And we are very proud of it. I'm sure you all are proud of it, what we are doing here. We believe music, food, and sports brings communities together. Our views on multi-ethnic and multicultural diversity is untainted. We are committed to fostering inclusiveness, one society that promotes equal rights and opportunities regardless of culture and ethnic or religious background. With this word, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Thank you, Surrender. You better answer your phone. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the next speaker. You know, this year is 106th anniversary of the ANZAC landing at the Gallipoli Peninsula. There is a Chinese-Australian memorial at Sunnybank RSL. It was designed by Sarah Batchelor in 2010 from 45 design submissions from Griffith University, and we chose one design and we built that to her specification, and then we have a bursary in the name of the Australian and Chinese heritage in the local school. Now, that project is to honor past and present of the Chinese Australian in the armed forces. We have Chinese Australian soldiers like Billy Sim, Carla Shen, Jack Wan Su, Harry Moore, Arthur Moore, Mervis Moore, Alfred Spofford in the name in all the schools like Sunnybank State High School, McGregor State High School, Ramcon State High, Callumvale Community College, Stratton State College, St. Thomas More College. Each and every year we have bursary in the name of all those schools and in the name of all those Chinese Australian in the armed forces. So, ladies and gentlemen, to commemorate tomorrow for ANZAC service, please come to dawn service at Sunnybank RSL 440. That is the only service they have at Sunnybank RSL. Ladies and gentlemen, I also need to thank Vera Pottinger for your significant contribution to the community here. I mean, you should keep going what you are doing. We are very proud of you. We wish very best in your undertaking today, and we wish you enjoy this Indonesian festival today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That is my speech. Now I would like to invite Vera to do the presentation of gift. I'm not too sure I'm going to receive a gift or not. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vera Pottinger.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Indonesian way that we have, we'd like to say thank you for all the speakers today. So I would like to invite Miss Leonard MP to come to the front first, and Auntie Peggy, and my Rafinita, which you will be doing the ladies first, and then start with Senator Polska. Yes. Oh, Pastor Jason. Who else did? Surendra.
Surrender.
Louis.
Me too.
Of course. Thank you. And most of all, also Dr. Noor. Please come. He helped me a lot for this event as well. Thank you. But also, I would like to say thank you to everyone who involved in this. Wayne, Michael, thank you so much for your help. Without you, these things also will not be happening. Thank you so much. So, I have.
Do you need volunteer to help?
Okay. Please introduce my floor manager, Nova. She's done really well as well. I'm so proud of her. Everything in emergencies, you always be with me. So I acknowledge Nova as well. Thank you, Nova. All right. This is for you, Nana. This is batik, and this is a product of Batik House, which is just the solid outside. Please feel free to have a look. And this is very nice for you to go for the very corporate function, so it's very suit you. With this pattern as well, this is just only one color, so it's really present, government level. Thank you. Hope you like it. This is something for you as well. This represents you go to a multicultural function, which is really handy for you. So I hope you like it from your Indonesian community. Thank you. Please Raf, I know that you always be with me. Thank you so much. I hope you like it. So we got the different colors, so hopefully this suits. She's a lawyer, principal lawyer. So this is good for her to see her client. There you go. Thank you. And also this is for the senator. This is, if you can see here at the first row, there is an Indonesian furniture a business stall. It's really good for you. Made in Indonesia. It came from Bali. So the owner is my good friend as well. So this one is good for the senator to put on your desk, so you will remember us, Australian Indonesian community. This is also Balinese made, and then normally you can put the keys and everything like your car keys on the front desk, so everyone can have this. So Pastor Jason, thank you so much for your lovely prayer, and God bless you. Thank you. Hope you like this one. Thank you. This also for Luis. This is very special.
Okay.
This is special, really special, because it's handcrafted in Bali.
Thank you.
So thank you, Luis.
Thank you, Cina. Terima kasih.
Beautiful. Sama-sama.
Take a photo.
Thank you. Oh, before I forget as well, so our next project will be Bahasa Indonesia and Traditional Dance for Australian beginners. So I will send you all the invitation to come, and me and my team will be delightful to teach you our culture, Bahasa, and dance as well. Thank you. Next, Uncle Surendra, thank you so much for all your support, and then for this event and your speech as well. Thank you. Hope you like it. You can put this on your desk. Thank you. Dr. Noel, thank you so much. So hopefully you like it. This is very special, so handcrafted in Bali. That's what things. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you. And I will catch up with you individually after this piece. Thank you.
Thank you, Vera Pottinger. Thank you for your gift. Ladies and gentlemen, the last part for this official is we would like to invite Fred Sin Pillay to offer a word of thanks to each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Pillay Sin is from Cornerstone Law Offices, got about like 3 or 4 offices around Queensland. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fred Sin Pillay.
Let's see if this works. So I'm standing between you and mingling and food. So I'll be quick. I understand that. So thank you everyone for coming, and this is an official thank you. Obviously everybody is important here, and it's actually nice to see so many people together again, because I think we're all having withdrawals of community involvement and catching up with each other. So Vera, excellent work preparing this. I know you've had some sleepless nights, including last night, because we were messaging each other. So anyway, Honourable Minister Leanne Linnard, first of all, that's a very important portfolio you hold, because as a family lawyer, we deal a lot with your department. So your happy portfolio is the multicultural part, but the Department of Children and Youth Justice is the more tension one, right? So yes. So Honourable Minister Leanne Linnard, thank you for gracing us with your presence here today. Senator Paul Scar, always that smiley face around and always willing to help, so thank you for taking the time to be here. Peter Russo, MP, I'm not sure if he's here, I don't think I've seen him. Is he? Okay. He's probably doing the rounds of the food already, that's where I want to be. So, Graham Parrott, I don't think I've seen him, no. The Ambassador for the Republic of Indonesia via video link. Isn't that wonderful? We can be anywhere in the world at the moment and still communicate. So that's certainly the legal profession has learned a lot out of COVID, and it's been a blessing. It's moving on with the times. So Auntie Peggy, it's always nice to hear your stories. I'll echo what the Minister said. It's always interesting to hear bits about your story. Pastor Jason Brown, you're doing a yo-yo, I can't follow you. Uncle Surendra Prasad, yes, I think you're an uncle for all of us. Out of respect, we refer to you that way. Louis Lee, yes, I definitely know we have a gold winner here. So, thank you for a brilliant job you always do as an MP. Vera, you and your team, your tireless team. This lady here, she'll have a vision, and she'll say, I'll need help, I'll need this and that and the other. All you need is just to have dinner or a cup of coffee with her and just guide her, and then she'll nail it. So you and your tireless team, wonderful job doing this, so a round of applause for that. Now, of course, with events like this, you've got a whole heap of volunteers, but you also need sponsors. So Dr. Noel, thank you very much for supporting Vera and this day from your sponsorship. And of course the Queensland Government. That's always nice to get that support behind you. Now, I don't know if the raffle prizes have been sold, raffle tickets have been sold or not yet. So go around and buy raffle tickets, because that table is full of raffle prizes. The next round of people I'm about to thank are the donors of those raffle prizes. Peter Russo, MP, member for Tuhi. Duncan Pegg, MP, or I think he's now hung the hat, hasn't he? Yes, for medical reasons, and we can understand that. Councillor Kim Marks, Councillor Peter Cumming, Councillor Steve Griffith, Batik House. I think we've all got the batik stuff now, the ladies, we win. You guys just have to remember where your keys are in that bowl. I think we won. Shabu House, Tebu, LH Furniture. I won't read out what the gifts are or the donations are, because they'll do that when they do the raffles. Green dot wrapping, red dot wrapping, brown white stripe wrapping. This is interesting, isn't it? Green stripe wrapping. This is all Christmas colours. Sophia Lewis Makeup and the Korean Society of Queensland. So thank you. A round of applause for those people who donated. And of course for yourselves, because you've donated your time in this beautiful, warm Queensland day, where I think we should all be at the beach, but we're here to support multiculturalism and learn about the Indonesian, wrong one, Indonesian food, fashion and culture. And I think Uncle Suren, you've addressed that, to say what is multiculturalism. It's, get rid of the fear factor. It's educating each other about what each of our cultures is about. And I think, Queensland, Brisbane in itself is now rising to the plate about that, which is fantastic. So thank you. Now go and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Francine. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to offer a sincere apology. Just now I'm making a joke about audio system It's actually the system here can't cope with that. That's why we need federal funding or state or local, because this electricity, the system here cannot cope with various appliances that we have. So I want to say, I was making a joke, I want to say a sincere apologies to Nora. Where's Nora? I want to say a sincere apology. I was making a joke. Sorry about all that for any inconvenient cause, okay? This place need to have funding from Brisbane City Council, from the Multicultural Fair, and also from the federal. What sort of money are you looking for? Ladies and gentlemen, the proceeding for the first part is completed, meaning my job is nearly completed. Is there any option? Are you doing option?
Yes, there is triple comply.
There's triple, okay. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, grandparent have just arrived. I think I will give grandparent a minute or two quick speech, because after that I will do the auction. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Parrott, Mr. Grant Parrott, the Shadow Assistant Minister for Education and also Federal Member for Moulton. Grant, you got 1.5 minutes to speak.
Thank you very much, Lewis. I'll be very quick. And I won't go through all the introductions, because I know if Lewis is the MC, everyone has been acknowledged. But can I say, it's always good to be in this particular part of the community, and thank the Fijian seniors for the great work that you do in terms of bringing everyone together. I know that the society is stronger when we make these connections, particularly in 2020 when we were, stuck under the doona, stuck at home a bit, stuck even working from home. So it's even more important that we're able to make these opportunities to get together. I've seen some incredible costumes and look forward to being able to find out some of the stories from behind those costumes, and look forward to catching up with some old friends, some faces I haven't seen for a while, and look forward to doing my bit to make sure that we're a strong, harmonious community. And that's it. I've got 6 seconds to spare. I'll tell a joke, Lewis? No. All right, I'll hand back to Lewis.
Thank you very much, Mr. Parrott, and the Shadow Assistant Minister for Education and also Federal Member for Moulton. Next is I'm doing the auction. Have they been signed yet? If not been signed, just give me the bottle. That bottle of wine. We need to raise some fund, right? For Indonesian flooding. Okay, this is for something good. Okay, we are raising fund. This bottle of wine will be signed by Senator Boska, and will be signed by the Honorable Lina, and also signed by Mr. Grant Parrott. Where's the pen? You need to be quick, signed by them, then I can do the auction. We've got 2 bottles of wine to do auction. Be generous, please, ladies and gentlemen. Where can I start? Is a bottle of wine painful? Well, can I start? Someone will start. We've got $100, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $100 will be signed by Lina MP, and also signed by Senator Boska and Grant Parrott. Grant is signing right now. The other 2 bottles of wine will be signed by both Senator Boska and Lina. We've got $100, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $100. Anyone for $200? $200. 120, ladies and gentlemen, we've got 120. I need a spotter. Can I have Alan Chen, instead of playing around with the phone, please, do a spotter. Okay, we've got $120. If you can look out at the back. I can't see at the back. Yeah, no, just see at the back whether anybody will be spotted. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 120. Anyone? What is it? 150. $150, ladies and gentlemen, we've got $150. Anyone for 200? Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $150. We'll not buy the upgrade the electricity here. $150, ladies and gentlemen, we've got $150. Anyone for 200? We've got $150. 200? $200, ladies and gentlemen, we've got $200. Ladies and gentlemen, be quiet. $200. Anyone for 300? We've got $200. What about the MP? Anyone? We've got what is $300, ladies and gentlemen? We've got $300. Sampai kuat. 300, ladies and gentlemen. 300. So sampai kuat. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $300.
generally, I think, last time we sell for $1,000, isn't it? From memory, yeah. Anyway, we got $300, ladies and gentlemen. We got $300. Anyone? This is for Indonesian flood. Something the Australian Indonesian welfare culture. Something good. Okay, we got $300 going once. Be generous, please. $350, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $350. Somebody will supply, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $350. Alan check, anyone at the back? What about the minister? $350, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $350. Anyone for $400? We've got $350 going once. We've got $350 going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, we got $350 sold to Ennis Whiten. Quick photo. Apology for the delay of the program, okay? We just want to raise some money for the Indonesian flood. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one more, that is all signed. We got one more bottle, looks like different brand or same brand. I need Senator Postcard to give me a hand. You want to bid for $100? Anyone? $100, ladies and gentlemen, we got $100. This is second bottle, okay? We got $100. Someone for $200. We've got $100. Alan Cheng, you should be at the back watching movies. What is it? $200, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $200. Where is he? For $300? We've got $200. Young by quiet. We've got $200. Ladies and gentlemen, where is it? Simon. $300, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $300. Anyone for $400? We've got $300. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $300 going once. We've got $300. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone for $400? We've got $300. You've got a chance to take a photo with the minister. Minister came to this place for the first time. There is no other multicultural minister being here, multicultural hub here. We've got $300. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got $300. What about Dr. Ray Mohan? $300. Anyone? For $300. We've got $300. Somebody quiet. We've got $300 going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone for $400? We've got, how come we're less $50? We've got $300 sold. That is Simon. Simon, come over. Simon is the president of the Australian Queensland Food Association. He is also the chairman of Club 95. Ladies and gentlemen, take a photo. Which photo? This photo will be for Simon. So how many photos? Three photos, okay. Funding for the electricity, okay. We got last item, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. Sorry, Simon. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. Where's the other bottle? The last auction item is for the funding for the upgrade of the electricity here. Surrender. Whatever raised money from here will be raised to the upgrade of the electricity. Can I have postcard again? $100 more? $100, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $100. $200 from Alan Chen. We've got $200. This is the last item. What is it? Postcard. That's $300, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $300. What about the Korean community society? We've got $300, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $300. Anyone for $400? What about Suma? We've got $300. Anyone for $400? What about the Filipino community? We've got $300, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $300. You're already for the Filipino community, I know that. So we are selling for $300. Anyone for $400? We've got $300. Now the Korean community have paid up. We've got $300. Anyone for $400? This is the last auction item. It's signed by the Honorable $400, ladies and gentlemen. We've got $400. signed by the Honorable Yelena MP, the Minister for Multicultural Affairs, signed by postcard, signed by Mr. Frank Parrott. $400. Anyone? For $500? No, $400. Going once. Anyone? We've got $400. Colin, we've got $400 going twice. Ladies and gentlemen, going so. Thank you. I'm Young King. Come on. I'm Young King. He's the president of Korean Society of Tourism. I need postcard.
I don't even think.
Also, the minister come over to take a photo. I need Jack Lee. Kang Wong Lee, my brother, to take photo. You should be proud of the Korean community. You have to hold the photo. Surrender, this money is for the upgrade of the electricity, okay? Julie. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Everybody, come on, dance with us.